Hello, everybody, and welcome to another chat with Andy the Gabby Cabby. And again, we're in the garage tonight. It's a bit of a hot one again. Now, before we go any further with proceedings, as we do, I've had a few of you asking over the last couple of days about a certain somebody, and I've got a little something in store. Excuse me, what are you doing over there? You get over here. Come on. Show yourself. Yes, it's a boxing bag, but come on down, you come.
Right, what's that one?
Yeah, sit here.
Why does that look so weird on the camera?
Sit here.
Yes.
Oh, see, who's this? It's Jack. Yes, he wanted to say hello.
He's using my tripod right now.
Yes, I've stolen his tripod because we're in the garage in the backup Let's Be Cooler location. We needed Jack's tripod. And you got some people there saying hello to you. John Harrington, there he goes. Hi, Jack. Hi, Andy, everyone. Hello, Jack. That's Jerry.
Can I show them me lifting 36 kg?
No, we're not doing weightlifting this evening. Thank you. Love you, Jack. That's Nana Jean. Hi, Andy, with Jack. Lovely to see you both. That's Kim Alliston.
What's Nana Jean?
Jean Whitehead.
Oh, yeah, but still, where is it?
Alan Pape has said hello, Jack. And lots of people are saying hello to you. All right.
Nana Jean, come outside.
Hello, Trevor Fuller. Saying hello, Jack. Julie Baldwin as well. Hi, Andy. Lovely to hear you from Cardiff. Cheryl. Speaking of hearing, what's the sound like, everybody? Because, again, I'm using StreamYard, and I want to double-check that everything is A-OK with that.
Nana Jean?
Lord Charles, yeah.
Nana Jean?
When
you came round, do you remember come outside?
Yes, she does. You can see her laughing. Sound is good. That's all right, everybody. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Tony, great. That's excellent. Sound is fine. Alan Pape says that's all good. I reckon the acoustics are different in the car because we always seem to have problems there. But what do you want to say, Jack?
I'm good at basketball.
You're good at basketball, yes. What else? See?
I'm good at football.
No ventriloquism going on here.
And at school, there were like these 3 or 4 kids, and I just did kiki ups. Like, you know what they are?
Yes, kiki ups. I think we know what kiki ups are.
And then I kicked, and I did kiki ups, and I kicked them over like 3 or 4 kids' heads. And I got James. When it went over their heads, I assisted James. He's a friend at my school, and he got his first goal, and I set it up for him, and he got a second goal ever.
Wow. You know they can't see you.
Okay.
Yes.
Why does that
Don't worry about that. You should have a top on, showing off. Hi, Andy. I'm here. Hi, Jack, mate. Hello, Sharon Shooter. Good to see you. Jason Pritchard says keep practicing. You're being upstaged, Andy. Bloodnose says, yeah, he thinks you're upstaging me.
What?
Well, this. Hi from 27 degree UK. Jack is a star. Trevor Fuller says he thinks you're a star. Would you say that? Well, upstaging me for starters. Hello, Andy. Nice to see you both in your cool space. Hi, Shaz. That's Alan Edge. Can you mind the tripod, please? Because it's moving. You don't want it going across the place. 29 degrees here today, and the humidity is down a little. That's Jerry.
Sunday, it's going to be a heat wave, and it's going to be like 31 or 38 degrees.
What Sunday's that?
This Sunday.
This Sunday coming. You heard it here first, folks. Heat wave on the way.
Yasin told me.
Yasin did. Oh, okay. It must be true then. Bumblebee T. Hello, Andy and Jack. Hello, Bumblebee T. Good to see you.
Daddy, do you know Austin?
Yes.
We make friends with him.
Okay.
I feel bad for Hudson because if Austin breaks up with Hudson, then basically Hudson comes back and we're just all friends. Okay. And Hudson's just dicks walking around at lunch.
Okay.
And if that happens, then I'll be friends with Hudson.
Right. Okay. Yes, that's school stuff for you. Uh, 27 degrees in Ontario, Canada, humid. High average 27. That sounds bad, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, and like 2 or 1 week ago, I learned what humid means.
Okay, what does humid mean then?
Hot.
Yeah, humid means hot. I like it.
Wait, doesn't it?
38 degrees.
It does so, doesn't it?
Well, it's humid is when you're hot and you get like all sweaty, and the sweatier you get, the more humid it is.
Oh, did you see Nana Jean on a pogo stick?
No, they didn't see Nana Jean on a pogo stick.
Boing, boing.
Yes, that was quite a funny one. We'll have to dig that out. The original version, hey mum, the one where you edited it. Do you think it's going to be hotter than that on Sunday? Well, it's heading that way, isn't it, John? I think we're in for more of the same, really.
Is there any new people that I haven't seen yet?
It's all the usual people. Sharon, Bloodnose, Cheryl. Hi, Jack. Your dad is great from Cardiff. See, somebody thinks I'm great. What'd you say to that?
You're wrong.
Wrong? Get out.
Yeah, but I learned how to draw 3D letters.
Okay. You know, you can do 3D letters. Well, perhaps on the next live stream, you can show one. David Crosby, thank you for the £2 super chat and your support there. Thank you very much indeed.
Nana Jean on a pogo stick.
Yeah, Nana Jean on a pogo stick.
Jack, what are you doing for the summer?
Yeah, what are you doing?
So it's my birthday on the 31st of July. And if Yasin don't come to my birthday, then we're going to go to a water park.
A water park, yes, apparently so. I'm going to get soaking.
Yeah,
if we go to the water park. Hey up, Andy and everyone. About 23 here today. Okay.
Oh, you've already read that.
Yeah. Don't touch.
Wait, if they post something, does it go? Yeah. Julie Keys, Jack, can you swim? Yeah.
Yeah, he can. He's pretty good, actually.
Jason Pritchard, fun times.
Wait,
is it Pritchard?
Pritchard, yeah. He's no relation to Dave, so don't even start that one. The heat can be dangerous, and I've already been hospitalised with dehydration. That's
David Crosby is rude.
Yes, don't worry about it. Jack, you are making me laugh. Water park, that will be fun. Good, best, good vibe, good vibes. Should be good for his birthday. We try and do that.
What's her name? Okay.
Marge Reed. Please check out Just Incredible and Hugo Tolls on YouTube. Really important info with them both. Remember, cash is king. Hi, Jack. All right, I will do, Marge. Thank you very much.
It's friendship.
I think I know where that one's going.
Jean Whitehead, Avon.
You really must get on a pogo stick and let Jack film it. Well, Zena, the funny thing about films and and Jean Whitehead.
So pretty because we took a picture too sunny. She made us move, but Avon boxes in the way. She made us move. And we kept having to move, and then Nana Jean's mummy shut her eyes for 1 second, and then we had to retake the photo.
Mm. Yes, and the thing about the pogo stick, I have evidence, and I might be inclined to publish it. Look out for that; it's worth a good laugh. Who's this? John Harris. Thank you for the £1 super chat. Appreciate that. Thank you very much for your support.
I gave Daddy £20 for his birthday, so basically I gave you a £20 super chat.
I suppose you did, didn't you? Hello, Handy Andy. Good to see you.
David Crosby.
Who's this? Got a son. Jack's age. They do like to talk. They certainly do, Declan. They certainly do. Hey, Jack. Who else have we got? My 10-year-old daughter. Chatterbox, yeah. Well, he's going to be 9 on the 31st of July, so he's not far off that, really. Not far off. Right, you've had your 10 minutes of fame, so you need to go now and leave me to the grown adult stuff. No, 10 minutes.
1 minute?
No, 10 minutes.
Oh, so 10 minutes.
Kim Alliston, thank you for the £1 super chat. I appreciate that. And for your support as always. Alan Edge is asking, do you have a pet?
I used to have 8 fish, but now I've got 1. I think me and Daddy and Mummy think that one of the fish murdered all the other. And we're not allowed like actual pets in our house because of the other owners. And my parents are so poor, I rented it. I'm joking.
Oh, shut up. Yeah, that's another story for another time. Anyway, on that note, Jack, you need to say goodbye and go back in the house. So, what do you say to everybody?
Hello.
Hello. Come on, you need to go.
Okay, bye.
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 Bye. And make sure you shut the door when you go because of the light in the background. What you done to yourself? Oh, blimey. You all right? There he goes, hobbling away. Bye. Oh, my God. So angelic. What on earth was that? Well, off he goes. He banged and crashed his way out the door, didn't he? Listen, everybody, this is the daily chat with Andy the Gabby Cabby, and up until recently, it was Jack as well. I know a few of you have been asking over the last couple of days about him, so I thought I'd give him 10 minutes for this one so he could sit and have a chat. Yes, right, time to get the beer out. Or in my case, yes, the Coca-Cola. How's everybody doing anyway? While you're at it, if you haven't done so already, please make sure you hit the thumbs up button. Let's get that algorithm talking and let's get those numbers up. Also, if you haven't done so already, please make sure you subscribe to the channel. One of the things that I've been reading about today, he's back again.
And I had all of that thing you pressed thumbs up, did you all?
Yeah, well, come on, hurry up.
Subscribe to him.
Subscribe to me. Yes, you may say that. Now you may leave. Shut that door. Bye-bye. Bless him. Right. Yes, there's one thing I've been reading about today is the effect that the weather's been having on everywhere. We've had train tracks spontaneously combusting. We've had high humidity. We've had high temperatures. And I want to spare a thought for the people of the Isle of Sheppey right now. Apparently, they've had a burst water main of some description, and an awful lot of people don't have water right now, which is something very much needed with weather conditions like this. Apparently, they've got some kind of setup at one of the local Tesco's, a water station where people are being given water to try and get by. So hopefully things will be all right for them. And, people are going to go bathing in the sea and all sorts. I'm trying to sort our pool out outside. It's nuts. I mean, speaking of pools, I saw this funny story earlier on. I don't know whether it's funny or not really, but it's worth a read. I don't know if you can see that. Paddling pool closed in a heat wave after travellers use it to wash themselves. Yes, paddling pool closes in a heat wave after travellers use it to wash themselves. A popular paddling pool was closed in the sweltering heat after people used it to clean and give themselves a wash. A group of travellers was seen using the water features at Fleming Park in Eastleigh to wash. It came after 30 to 35 caravans and vehicles camped without permission at a nearby encampment on Monday evening. Eastleigh Borough Council said they shut the paddling pool with immediate effect and would not open it until the group moved on. Council officers have already visited the encampment. This was on Tuesday, the 12th of July, to request that the travellers leave the site, and we are continuing to monitor the situation, a statement said. This morning, it was announced that police had to use Section 61 powers to ask them to leave the area. The pool is now open again and being drained, cleaned, refilled, and the water quality tested. The council said it was following its normal procedure for dealing with unauthorised encampments, as seen on its website. That's probably a lot of fluff on there. Those travelling are asked to contact local councils to apply for a pitch. Costs will usually include pitch fees, council tax, and utilities like water. A Hampshire Constabulary spokesman told the paper, following a review of the circumstances and in consultation with the landowners, the criteria for the use of Section 61 powers were met late last evening, and a request was made at the encampment leave the area, which they have since complied with. So the old travellers buckling in and, yes, having a shower and a fountain. And it could have been more needed, I suppose, for them. Hello, Factual Breakdown. How hot is it there? It's 90 here, but I'm not a winter person. It's been roughly that here. Well, it's probably been a little cooler today, but more humid. But yesterday was a real scorcher. It was a good 30 degrees all day. I did an airport run in the night, and I would say it was probably 25, even at 2 o'clock in the morning. It was ridiculous. But yes, we are getting it pretty hot here. And the best advice I can give anybody: keep out the sun, particularly if you're affected by it. Drink lots of water. Keep yourself hydrated. Cosmic Wartoad said in the chat there that he ended up in hospital, or they ended up in hospital suffering from dehydration, so it can catch you easily. I mean, I'm a fool to myself. I'm drinking this stuff. Maybe I should be drinking more water. But there you go. Yeah, I mean that story about travellers. I remember they were at a place called Jackie Baker's around the corner from me, which is a big football kind of playing field area. They camped out around there, and it took a while for the authorities to get them shifted and get them moved on. I think it's the same thing we have with the dinghy divers, the human rights aspect, and all the rest of it. And as a taxi driver, I even had a run-in with some of them when they decided to be quite drunk and decided to shoplift a load of children's fancy dress costumes and a packet of fags out the local Tesco's. It was quite a sight, and the security guard had no idea what the hell was going on. It was nuts. And when I went back and spoke to him, he said it's usually the kids that they have the problem with, and not the adults. And on this occasion, they were proved wrong, and I think they were actually banned. And we had down at Ramsgate, there was another encampment as well that was there for quite a long time as well. But like anything with the media, you don't get told the whole story all the time. Yeah, media bias, that's it. That's the thing, isn't it? There's a friend of the channel right now who's in court, and you know who I'm referring to. And I'm kind of aware of what's going on from the pieces I pick out of the news and everything, and it's unbelievable the one-sided biasness of some of the media, isn't it? You never get told the whole truth and nothing but the truth. There's always some kind of slant on it as to what's really going on out there, and it's incredible, really. How it's allowed to continue, and obviously the BBC are one of the biggest culprits of it, and the whole establishment, in general, really is bad at it. But I'm going to spend a minute or two just going through the chat and see who's got what to say, because I think we got overrode by Jack, didn't we? Before I do that, folks, remember to please hit the like button on the chat. Give us a thumbs up. We got 79 watching at the moment, and another couple on Facebook. So good evening to everybody, and please make sure that you hit that thumbs up button when you come in, or if you haven't done so already, please think about doing it now. It really does help with the algorithm. Thank you to the people that have given us a super chat this evening. I appreciate that very much, and all your support as well. You can sign up for a channel membership, which is just £1 a month, and it goes in the Coke tin basically, and there's no commitment to that either. And I appreciate that support too. Cosmic Wartoad, I was last year when I was hospitalised with dehydration. I went in for unexplained pain in the left side. but found out that I was so dehydrated and didn't know about it. Wow. What did they do, Cosmic Warto? Did they just obviously rehydrate you with fluids and stuff and get you out of there, I suppose? And hope you recovered okay. It does catch some people out. I mean, my old mate Kev, who passed away recently, who I've spoken about, he ended up in hospital. I think his potassium levels were through the floor. All right, that was because of the cancer, but dehydration really was. It wasn't the best. Julie Baldwin has spotted factual breakdown. That's great. Let's see what she's got to say. I don't understand why the friend of the channel is representing himself when he solicited for his solicitor funds. You know what they say. The person representing themselves as a fool for a client. Yeah, he did literally have to today, didn't he? Because I think the QC they supplied him with has gone down with the old kung flu. But you know, I follow it every day with the court reports that come out and everything. And you kind of paint your own picture in the head. But the point of my comment was, you know, the way the media paints it. It's just an example, really, of everything not necessarily being as it should be. You know, crazy. Interesting reading what's happening. Hope he wins. That's Bridget. In this hot weather, I'm worried about bimbos who've had plastic surgery, stink food. So that's brilliant. Yes, I think they might have that melting feeling, wouldn't you say? That's pretty good, that one. I gave my brother 2 injections on a date. He was admitted to a hospital. There we go. Yeah. And what are they doing about it, Kim? £120,000, apparently. I'd like to see the value that they pay out there. I've got to drive to York on Monday from Norwich. That's Trevor. And I hope your aircon's working. I did a job of a driver last night, and his had packed up. I think he'd blown 2 fuses or something like that. Hello from a hot Chester. That's Alan Pape. Gypsies broke into our Heartlands park last week. I was elsewhere, so didn't get there to film it. I'll tell you what, Bridget, I remember a story my old man told me way back in the 60s. He was stationed at an army base, and the travellers had turned up with their caravans, and they wouldn't go. And the military police and the REME turned up with these fucking great bulldozers, and they basically said, "We're going to come back later, and if you're still here, you won't be. We will move you with them." And it seemed to work. They were gone. Who put their beers in the freezer? John Harris says, yeah, best place for them on a day like this. Hoping Tom will be voted in as Prime Minister. Tom has kept me up to date with China research emails. Tom realises what the CCP are up to. Well, Kim Alliston, you make a very valid observation there about the Prime Ministerial race. Now, I've commented very much over the last couple of days about the telltale signs of pre-planning. For example, Get Ready for Rishi was actually registered at the end of last year. And, you know, this hasn't been going on this long. And PM for PM sometime in 2019. So again, you know, nothing surprises me. This thinks very much pre-planning. I mean, you know, that brings me into the next story. Rishi Sunak, Dishy Rishi, says he'll run the economy like Thatcher would have if he becomes PM. Unfortunately, the way things are, I think he may well have a very good chance at it. Let's see how it goes. Tory leadership hopeful Rishi Sunak has said he sees Margaret Thatcher as a role model for how to run the country if he becomes Prime Minister. He said he saw parallels between his own upbringing and the Iron Lady's, saying that she was brought up living above her father's grocery shop while he helped out in his mum's pharmacy. We will cut taxes, We will do it responsibly, he said in his first campaign interview. They're always obsessed with that, aren't they? That's my economic approach. I would describe it as common sense Thatcherism. Why do they always refer back to Thatcher when they're trying to make a point of, how good they reckon they can be? Baroness Thatcher, the UK's first female PM, was in office from May the 4th, 1979, until November the 28th, 1990. Her time in office was controversial, presided over privatisation of state companies, the mass sale of council homes, and reduction of the power of trade unions. Let's talk about Arthur Scargill and the miners, shall we? A polarising figure, she's still popular among many Tories, and Mr. Sunak seems to be hoping he can benefit from some of that nostalgia. He's not the only Tory to go down that road either. He told the Telegraph that he was following her approach more than his rivals because he was prioritising inflation rather than just saying he will cut taxes immediately, which saw some label him not a true conservative. Well, yes, I tend to agree with that one. The field of candidates was officially confirmed this evening with 8 people on the ballot, not including Sajid Javid, who dropped out of the running. I know that, Jeremy Hunt's out of it now, and I think possibly Zahawi as well. Earlier today at his campaign launch, there was an awkward moment when people began booing Sky journalist Beth Rigby. She had raised previous controversies, including his COVID fine and his billionaire wife not paying taxes on her overseas income, as she was registered as a non-dom, something that's now been changed. Her microphone seemed to be cut off as she asked the question, saying he was a corrosive figure to some, leading some to speculate it was because of the critical question itself. It was seen on BBC and Sky and is understood to have been a technical issue. Rishi Sunak's answer was perfectly audible, as he said he'd already responded to these issues when they were raised at the time. His rivals in the leadership race also criticised some of his views, with Jeremy Hunt saying he's worried his economic policy would lead the country into recession. Get the daggers out, Jeremy. And I'm worried that our current trajectory, we're heading into recession and we'll be there for too long. I think we're already there. I was very worried when he announced his budget. The things that stuck out to me was slashing the growth forecast for next year. That's Jeremy Hunt on Rishi Sunak. Now, I have a feeling, I mean, we have all the WEF theories and everything revolving around this guy and others. And, Matt Hancock come out and endorsed him. I wouldn't say that that's an endorsement, but there you go. And you do have to wonder whether all this is preordained. But I will never forgive the guy for all the free cash that he threw here, there and everywhere in a very socialist-like way. Furlough, grants, all the rest of it. I will admit I took them. I didn't have a choice. It was that or die, basically. So I took them. But you look back on it now as a sensible realist, and you have to think, how the fuck are these things ever going to be paid back? And it wasn't very conservative behaviour. Yet, what choice did they have? What choice did they have? It was a crazy world, crazy situation to be in. Listen, everybody, this is the chat with Andy, the Gabby Cabby from the garage. We had a 10-minute invasion from old Jack and come to say hello. I hope you appreciated his presence. If you did, and you haven't done so already, please give me a thumbs up on the chat. Can somebody give me a count of how many thumbs up we got at the moment, because I don't actually see them with this. That's something. Let's have a look. Andy, I'm more grey, really. Wouldn't cross. I missed that. Wouldn't cross the street to vote for any of them. Mad Spaniel, I totally agree with you there. 68 likes so far. Come on, guys, we can do better than that. Let's up them. Julie Baldwin, I put my pillow in the fridge for a while till I was ready for bed, nice and cool. Mad Spaniel, Handy Andy, I'm all grey, yep. Vim Paraffin, hello to you. Only one word rhymes with hunt. Well, Alan, look, right, I didn't want to say it, but yes, I completely agree with that paraphrase there. Beth Rigby, the most annoying over the top, blah, 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 and she even manages to leave the last of her words at times. We penetrate the cabinets. Falklands made her an iron lady. Hunt by name and hunt by nature. You better be careful you don't have a slip of the tongue there, Vin Paraffin. This iron lady's karma caught up with her. Yeah. Xena, at least my brother, you know, we tried our best for him. A home that my lovely brother lived in. Except my brother, not dying, just need oxygen. Awful, awful, Kim. I remember you saying about that the other day. Yeah. Mo Farah is not my real name. It's Gary Lineker. I think somebody joked the other day that they're waiting for Gary Lineker to say that he's really a boat person and his real name is something else entirely. Wouldn't surprise me, really. Wouldn't surprise me. Where else are we? I will never vote again, Mike Joinery. Same with a lot of people, Mike. Same with a lot of people. The last thing I want to cover, crossing over to the United States, and I've seen this, you know, every now and again on the news, is what happened in Uvalde at the school. But before I do, I'm just going to disappear very, very quickly. I'll be back in a minute. Bear with me. What? That's better. Oh, sorry about that, folks. I just had to attend to something very quick. Let's have a look what I missed quick. We'll cover the last thing. Let me come to Ty. Andy drinks too many Coke. Absolutely, Lucinda. TMI Sharon. Well, Sharon said he's back. Yes, I am. Let me come to the Thai restaurant, please. Ha ha ha. I was hoping to see my friend Hugh Beef. Yeah, he's not been on here for a while, has he, Hugh? He's gone for no comment. Biden's wife upset Latinas by comparing them to tacos. Oh my God, them paired together, they really are crazy, aren't they? Really are crazy. yeah, going over to America for the moment. All right, we've all got our own issues, but I've been following this thing. Hello, Lake Lizard. I've been following this thing in America to do with all the furore about gun laws and who should have them and who shouldn't, and how young people get hold of them and what happens. Before I do, how many people in the chat right now are American or live in America? Give me a 1 if you're either of those, American or live in America right now, just to give me an idea. I think Factual Breakdown's off. So see you soon, Factual Breakdown. But Jerry's in America. I knew that. Obviously, Factual Breakdown is. Anyone else? Wish I lived in America, Jason Pritchard says. Yeah. Diane Abbott, 36. Bonjour, Sharon Shooter says. 3. That means you don't live in America, you live somewhere else. Julie Keys, Jason, so do I. Evening, Andy. Hello, Alan Reader. Good to see you. Yeah, as a British man, or a British person to be absolutely correct, I can't get my head around the Second Amendment. I can't. I understand in America you have a right to possess a firearm to protect yourself, and it's enshrined in their constitution, the right to bear arms. Now, if I went to America, the first thing I would probably buy, in all truth, is a firearm, because I'm aware of what happens with the culture and everything over there, and I would want the opportunity to defend myself as much as the next person. And I get that, I really do. But one thing I can't wrap my head around is how are young children, effectively, or young adults, 18 to 21-year-old, with problems getting hold of firearms, not just any firearms, mind you, some very powerful firearms, and going and committing these atrocities in these schools and these public places. I mean, you look what happened on July the 4th, for another example, and they all seem to be a pattern. They're all, young adult males who go out and commit these atrocities. And inevitably, they're either going to get killed or they're going to get arrested. Either way, they're going to be stopped. But there's a big loss of life, innocent kids, or whatever. It's disgusting. It really is. I mean, I mentioned Uvalde earlier. Somebody at Uvalde drove at the place, literally crashed their car, got out of it, got in the school and went on a shooting rampage. And there's been an awful lot of changed stories about what's actually happened, what went on at the time, and what was the law enforcement's response to what was going on. I mean, I don't know if you can see it, this picture here. Showing the light on that. That is a picture of the internal hallway of the school, and you can see law enforcement there just waiting for what? There was gunfire going on, and there was children being effectively executed, I suppose. Leaked footage shows police holding back for 77 minutes during gunman's rampage. It's over an hour. Leaked video footage from the Uvalde school mass shooting shows police officers stood back for more than an hour as the gunman sprayed bullets into the classrooms filled with children. The clip, or the video clip online, actually starts with the perp, Salvador Ramos, 18, crashing his truck outside Robb Elementary School the morning of May the 24th, before walking into the building with an AR-15. A teacher could be heard calling 911 and saying the kids are running. Oh my God, telling students to get down, get in their rooms and shut the doors and hide. A young boy appears in the frame who sees Ramos and runs away. He was presumably unharmed. The clip, which was obtained by the Austin American Statesman, shows the gunman firing towards a classroom and then walking in. Screams can be heard from kids and teachers inside. 3 minutes after the gunman, the first armed police officers can be seen arriving in the hallway and running towards the classroom. The cops rush towards the classroom and crouch down. A burst of gunfire is heard, and one officer can be seen grabbing his head, or the back of his head. The officers quickly run back to the end of the hallway, just below the surveillance camera. The footage shows that there was 13 rifles in the hallway within the first half hour of the massacre, so it looks like they certainly had the firepower to deal with him. The footage shows 13 rifles. The first shield arrived in less than 20 minutes after the gunman opened fire, but they could have done a lot of damage by then. Dozens of cops are seen in the hallway with equipment. I mean, this is Salvador Ramos. They put him out of it. They got him there in the end and put him out of it, but he just looks like a very disturbed young man. Officials had announced that the video would be released this coming Monday. On Tuesday, Republican Dustin Burrows, who was chairman of the Texas House panel investigating the massacre, said it would be released a day early on Sunday after being shown to the community. Burrows' Texas governor, Greg Abbott, and many of the victims' families have called for the video to be released. The Statesman said it published an edited version of the video before it was set to be released in order to show how the law enforcement response unfolded. The video tells in real time the brutal story of how heavily armed officers failed to immediately launch a cohesive and aggressive response to stop the shooter and save more children if possible, the newspaper wrote. And it reinforces the trauma of those parents, friends and bystanders who were outside the school and pleaded with police to do something, and for those survivors who quietly called 911 from inside the classroom for help. There were kids alive when they were shot, and because they weren't got too fast enough, they unfortunately paid the price. Now, everybody's clamoring on about law enforcement failure, what they could have done different, what didn't they do that they should have done, who's responsible, was it the guy in there? And I just think to myself, where is the failure in the system that allowed that guy to have that weapon in the first place? Where is the failure in the system which didn't provide a deterrent to stop these guys doing this in the first place? It makes my blood boil. I can't get it. I can't wrap my head around the whole thing. But there you go. This is the daily chat with the Gabby Cabby folks. Sorry, I did have to disappear off just a moment ago, and Sharon Shooter was right on. If you haven't done so already, please give it a thumbs up in the chat. Let's get those thumbs up going. We're only about 60 something earlier, but we need a bit more. And if you haven't done so already, please make sure you subscribe as well. Let's have a quick look at the chat, and then we'll look at wrapping up. Watson's revolver was a moment from the First World War. Where are we? Joe Georgopoulos, do you ever watch Police Off the Cuff in New York? Ex-NYPD Sergeant Bill Cannon and Detective Phil Grimaldi. Such good podcasts. Recommend you to watch. I'll second that. Kim Alliston, they're brilliant, the pair of them. I was actually on their show months ago now, but there was a bit of a technical issue, which meant that the sound went a bit cuckoo later on, but we recovered it a little bit. I'll have to try and dig that show out and repost it. Sir, Stink Pooter's making bad jokes again. Oh, really? Well, let's put Stink Pooter in the naughty corner, unless, of course, they make me laugh, and then that's something else. Oh, my God. Yeah, I remember seeing a gun and told not to touch it. I didn't dare, as we never disobeyed our elders back in those days, did we? Police are worried about legality. Trust is lost. Well, I mean, Kim Alliston said something about Bill Cannon and Phil Grimaldi, and there's one thing that Bill Cannon said. He can't understand why all those cops just stood there and did nothing. And he said, you're only obliged to obey a lawful order. A lawful order. And if any of those cops fought for 1 second, they were being told to stand down, and it wasn't lawful. They should have steamed in there. That is indeed if. That's what really happened, but it's all still coming out. State laws are different to federal law. Very strange way to control guns. Absolutely, Alan. I mean, that's a good point you make there. I just can't wrap my head around it. But it's part of the culture. It's part of the way they live. And I went to a party with Fred Flintstone and Wilma in UFP. It was happy to. Yes, I see the bad jokes. No problem. I didn't take it that way. In fact, I didn't want the fourth shot, but my doctor advised it. Uvalde was a travesty. Makes my blood boil. Absolutely, late lizard. There's just so many things went awry there. It was nuts. Remember what Sherlock used to say, bring your revolver, Watson, because when that was written, it wasn't out of the ordinary for a gentleman to have a gun. Yeah, I mean, some of this stuff was written in like 1776, wasn't it? Very, very, very long time ago. A lot of Brits used to have a gun in the old days. Also, there's a fair few English blokes that became notorious gunfighters in the old Wild West. That's very true, Mad Spaniel. Very true indeed. Yes, they can. I thought that handguns could not be carried hidden. Yeah, they've changed some of that recently, haven't they? There was a big song and dance about it. Jerry, Andy, here in the US, it is a never-ending profusion of arguments on the second. The police, in that case, failed 100% and the chief resigned after giving out one of 4 different scenarios. Yeah, CYA, wasn't it, in his case? Cover your arse, or ass, as you say in the States. Can't get rid of your damn comment. There you go, it's gone. Tony Whitworth, factual quote by Sunak. He has to pilot and should not get the leadership under any circumstances. It worries me, Anna, that he will, to be quite honest with you, but we'll have to see what happens. Anyway, folks, I am going to, when I get rid of this damn comment, my buttons are playing up this evening. I see it gone. I am going to round things up for the evening. Again, apologies that I had to do a moonlight flit a short time ago and run for the inside of the house, but when you've got to go somewhere, you've got to go somewhere. Shushy, shushy. Thank you very much for joining me this evening. Thank you very much for all your support. Make sure you hit the thumbs up if you haven't done so already. Thank you to those of you that give me a super chat this evening. I appreciate that. And make sure you subscribe to the channel. Have a look around at our social media as well. Today there hasn't been any content. What I'm probably going to do is take this live and break it up into some highlight videos for people that don't necessarily sit and watch the whole live, so they get it that way. And I will, of course, be back here again tomorrow. I hope you appreciated Jack stopping by. He wanted to come on, and I know some of you were asking, so there you go. And until then, stay in, stay safe, try and stay as cool as you can, keep hydrated, and let's ride out this heat wave together. Until next time, toodaloo.